My beloved child. Before this moment passes, listen carefully, because something rare is unfolding around you right now, and if your heart felt pulled toward these words, that pull was not random. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the reason you arrived here at this exact second is deeper than you realize. There are moments in life when silence carries more meaning than sound, when a memory suddenly returns without warning, when a name rises in your thoughts even though you were not trying to remember. You may have felt that recently. A face from long ago. A voice you thought you would never hear again. A feeling that someone you loved is somehow near, even though no one is there beside you. And now that feeling has become stronger. Because tonight is not ordinary. There is a reason your spirit has been restless. There is a reason you have looked at certain signs twice. A reason sleep has not felt complete. A reason your mind keeps returning to one unfinished thought that refuses to disappear. Someone connected to your heart, someone whose absence changed something inside you forever, has not left your story as completely as you believed. Their love did not vanish. Their concern did not end. And what surrounds you now carries the weight of something unfinished, something important, something that needs your attention before another day passes. Do not skip, because what comes next may explain why certain things around you suddenly feel different. You may have noticed strange timing recently. Certain words appearing exactly when you needed them. A memory arriving at the same time as an unexpected emotion. A moment where everything became quiet and yet your heart felt louder than usual. That is not always coincidence. Sometimes the heart recognizes what the eyes cannot explain. And right now, there is a message pressing close to your life, waiting for you to hear it fully. Not fear. Not confusion. A warning wrapped in love. Because what is coming toward you has already begun moving. There is a decision near you that looks small but carries unusual weight. A conversation that may seem ordinary but changes direction afterward. A choice you may think can wait, but timing matters more than you know. And the one who loved you deeply does not want you to ignore what your spirit has already sensed. You have been standing near something important without fully seeing it. That is why this moment feels heavy. That is why these words reached you now. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next truth matters more than the first. There was a moment recently when you almost dismissed your own instinct. You felt hesitation, then told yourself it was nothing. But inside, something kept repeating, look again, wait, notice carefully. That quiet inner signal deserves attention. Because not everything approaching your life comes announced loudly. Some things arrive softly first. A delayed answer. A hidden intention. A sudden shift in someone's tone. A door opening too quickly. And what seems harmless at first may carry meaning you were meant to notice. This is why your spirit has been uneasy. Not because something terrible is near, but because something important is asking for discernment. You are being urged to slow down before accepting what appears easy. To listen before answering. To observe before trusting appearances. And there is another reason this message feels personal tonight. A name has been circling your thoughts, even when you tried to focus elsewhere. A certain person, a certain memory, a certain unfinished feeling. That connection is not accidental. Because love leaves impressions that remain active long after words end. Someone whose presence once gave you comfort still holds concern for where you are now. And if tears came unexpectedly in recent days, if emotion rose from nowhere, if your chest tightened when remembering something old, that may be because your heart recognized a presence before your mind understood it. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, because the warning is only part of what must be heard. There is also reassurance. You have been carrying questions you did not speak aloud. Questions about delay. Questions about why certain doors closed when you believed they were meant for you. Questions about why some people disappeared after promising they would remain. And yet what you thought was loss was not always loss. Some exits protected you. Some silence redirected you. Some delays kept you from walking into what was not meant to stay. Soon you will understand why one particular event had to unfold exactly as it did. The answer is closer now than before. But before clarity arrives, one final moment of caution is needed. Watch what suddenly returns. Watch what suddenly reappears. Watch what tries to regain your attention after a long silence. Because not everything that returns belongs in your future. Sometimes what comes back appears gentle, familiar, almost comforting, but carries old patterns hidden beneath new words. Your spirit already knows this. That is why peace has not fully agreed. That is why part of you keeps pausing. Listen to that pause. It matters. And if tonight feels emotional, that too has meaning, because the message reaching you is not arriving cold. It comes with memory, with affection, with care, with the kind of closeness that cannot be measured by distance. The one you miss more than you say has not been forgotten in the unseen. Their love still echoes through moments like this. And what they want most right now is for you not to rush where wisdom asks you to wait. One step taken carefully now may save you from regret later. One decision delayed for clarity may open something better than what appears urgent today. This is why you were brought here before moving ahead. This is why your attention was captured now and not later. Because timing is part of the message. And there is still more you must hear. Very soon, something you thought had ended will reveal a hidden purpose. A truth connected to your past will suddenly make sense. A missing piece will arrive when you least expect it. And when it does, you will remember this exact moment. You will remember that before clarity came, your heart was asked to stay still long enough to listen. So do not let distraction steal what was meant for you tonight. Do not rush away from what your spirit recognized immediately. Because this is not the end of the message. This is only the beginning. And what comes next may explain why your name seemed called in silence before you even understood why. There is something you were not told when that goodbye happened. Not every goodbye ends the connection. Not every silence means absence. Sometimes what leaves your sight continues to watch over the moments you cannot explain, and that is why certain nights have felt different lately, why a sudden memory appears when everything around you is quiet, why your heart becomes still for no visible reason as if it is waiting for something you cannot name. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what is happening around you now is not ordinary. There was a moment recently when you almost looked back for no reason. No sound, no voice, yet something inside you turned your attention as if someone familiar had entered the room. That feeling matters more than you think. Many people ignore such moments, but you were meant to notice it, because there is meaning hidden in what your spirit has already sensed. A loved one whose memory still lives deeply inside you has been connected to a message moving quietly toward this moment. Not through fear, not through confusion, but through a gentle urgency that keeps touching your thoughts again and again until you finally stop and listen. Stay till the end, because what comes next may explain why your heart has been carrying a question without words. There is a reason one particular memory has returned stronger than before. Perhaps it came while you were alone. Perhaps it appeared when you were doing something simple, and suddenly everything paused because one face entered your mind with unusual clarity. That is not random when it arrives with emotion. Love leaves marks that time does not erase. And sometimes those marks awaken when something important is near. You have entered a season where hidden meaning is beginning to surface. Small details that once looked ordinary are now carrying weight. A sentence someone said recently may return to you differently. A decision you delayed may now demand attention. A path you almost ignored may soon become the exact path that changes everything. Do not skip, because something huge is waiting for you, and you need the next part of this message clearly. There is someone near your life whose words sound kind, yet your spirit remains uncertain. You may not have understood why peace never fully settled when that connection appeared. You tried to explain it away. You tried to tell yourself that everything looked fine. Yet something within kept whispering, wait, look deeper, do not move too fast. That whisper deserves respect. Because not every smile reveals intention, and not every invitation carries the future you imagine. This is why the message has reached you now. A loved one connected to your heart would not want you to ignore the inner wisdom already rising inside you. What feels delayed may actually be protection. What feels uncertain may be asking you to observe before deciding. And very soon, one hidden truth will become impossible to ignore. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is also something extraordinary unfolding behind what you call ordinary days. While you thought nothing was changing, certain pieces have already begun shifting quietly around you. A door that seemed closed is not as closed as it looked. A conversation you believed was over is not finished in the way you think. A missing answer has already started moving toward you, even if you cannot yet see where it will come from. This is why your spirit has felt restless. You are closer to clarity than you realize. And that same love you still carry for the one you miss is not disconnected from the peace about to enter your path. You may soon hear words that arrive at exactly the right time. You may receive confirmation in a place you did not expect. You may suddenly understand why one delay saved you from something that would never have given lasting peace. But first, you must remain attentive. Because when truth arrives, it often arrives softly before it becomes undeniable. A single sentence. A familiar name. A memory connected to today. A feeling that returns stronger than before. Do not ignore these moments. Some people wait years to understand what their heart tried to tell them in one quiet second. You are being given that second now. And there is one more thing. The voice from the other side is not calling your name to make you afraid. It is calling because your attention matters in this season more than ever. There is something unfinished in your understanding, not in your loss, but in your direction. You have looked backward too often wondering if you missed something. Soon you will realize that what matters most is what you notice now. Because one moment ahead of you carries unusual significance. One encounter. One realization. One shift. And when it happens, you will remember that before it arrived, you were told not to rush past this message. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the next part will uncover why certain signs around you have become impossible to forget, and why one memory refuses to leave your heart tonight. What is about to become clear has been waiting for the exact right moment. There are truths that do not arrive when people demand them. They arrive when the heart is finally quiet enough to recognize them. That is why this moment feels different now, why these words seem to meet you exactly where your thoughts have been wandering, and why something inside you is telling you not to leave yet. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because a pattern around your life has been repeating, and only now are you close enough to see why. Have you noticed how certain memories return at unexpected hours? A voice you have not heard in years suddenly becomes clear in your mind. A face appears without warning. A sentence once spoken long ago suddenly feels connected to what you are facing today. It happens so suddenly that you pause, wondering why that exact memory came now and not yesterday, not last week, not months ago. That timing matters. Because some memories do not rise randomly. Some return when your spirit is standing near a moment that requires deeper attention. A loved one whose absence still touches your heart has remained connected to that attention through love that never lost its meaning. And now that connection is pressing closer because something in your present requires calm, clarity, and patience more than speed. Stay till the end, because the next truth may explain why you have felt pulled in two directions recently. Part of you wants to move forward quickly. Part of you keeps hesitating. One side says trust what looks open. Another side says wait until peace becomes clear. That inner tension is not weakness. It is wisdom asking for space. You may have wondered why one opportunity appeared bright but still left your heart uncertain. Why one conversation sounded right yet something remained unsettled afterward. Why one familiar path returned but did not feel exactly the same. The answer is simple: not everything that appears at the right time belongs in the right place. Sometimes what returns is only meant to reveal how much you have changed. Sometimes what looks urgent is actually asking you to slow down enough to see what is hidden beneath the surface. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Because there is another detail you must not ignore. A sign has already appeared near you, but it looked too ordinary to take seriously. It may have been a repeated word, a certain name, a number, a song, a phrase spoken by someone unexpectedly. You noticed it, then moved on. Yet later it returned again, almost as if asking to be seen properly. That repetition is important. Life often speaks quietly before it becomes unmistakable. And what is being repeated near you now carries reassurance. You are not as far from understanding as you think. The answer you believed was distant may arrive through something simple. A message. A meeting. A sudden realization. A forgotten detail returning with new meaning. What once looked incomplete is moving toward explanation. And the one you remember with love would want you to remain steady enough to receive it. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part touches what your heart has hidden even from yourself. There is still an unfinished emotion inside you connected to what was never fully said. Perhaps words remained unspoken. Perhaps questions remained unanswered. Perhaps you often wonder whether they knew how deeply they mattered. Love understands more than silence reveals. What was genuine remains known beyond words. That is why peace tries to reach you even when sadness returns unexpectedly. That is why certain memories do not come to wound you, but to remind you that what was real still carries light. And now that light is trying to guide you toward your present, not pull you backward. You are being asked to notice who truly brings calm into your life now. Who leaves clarity after speaking? Who brings confusion? Who arrives with sincerity? Who returns only when convenient? Because one difference between these will soon become obvious. A hidden intention near you cannot stay hidden much longer. And when it becomes visible, you will understand why your heart never fully agreed before your mind did. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Very soon, one quiet moment will change how you read everything around you. You may hear something small that unlocks a larger truth. You may see a connection that suddenly explains months of uncertainty. You may realize that what looked delayed was being arranged more carefully than you imagined. And when that happens, you will remember this exact pause, this exact message, this exact feeling that told you not to scroll away. Because what is next has already begun moving toward you. And the next part will reveal why one particular sign refuses to leave your thoughts tonight, even though you tried to ignore it. A moment is approaching that will feel strangely familiar before you understand why. Sometimes life gives a person one quiet second that carries more meaning than an entire week, and that second often arrives without announcement. It can happen while you are sitting alone, walking somewhere ordinary, or looking at something simple, and suddenly a thought enters your heart with unusual force, as if it did not begin with you but arrived for you. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because one such moment is closer than you think. You may already feel that something around you is shifting even if nothing outside looks different. A calm appears for a few seconds and then disappears. A memory rises and leaves behind an emotion you cannot explain. A name returns to your mind when there was no reason to think of it. These moments are not empty. They often arrive when hidden meaning is drawing near. And right now, meaning is moving closer to your life. A loved one whose presence once shaped your days still remains connected to the tenderness of what you carry. That connection does not pull you backward. It reaches toward you when your heart is standing near an important realization. Stay till the end, because the next truth may explain why one unfinished feeling has returned so strongly. There is something you almost understood recently, but distraction took it away before it became clear. Perhaps you sensed that a certain situation was not exactly what it appeared to be. Perhaps someone spoke kindly, yet your heart remained uncertain afterward. Perhaps an old memory came with a new understanding, but before you could hold it, daily noise covered it again. Now that hidden understanding is returning. And this time it asks for your full attention. Because one thing around you deserves a second look. A small detail you ignored may soon become the key that explains everything. A sentence once dismissed may suddenly sound completely different. A silence from someone may reveal more than their words ever did. A delay that frustrated you may prove to have protected something precious. Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you. Many people only understand important moments after they pass, but you are being invited to notice while the moment is still unfolding. That is rare. That is why your spirit feels alert. The voice from the other side is not about fear. It is about attention. It is about love that still hopes you will choose carefully, listen deeply, and refuse to rush when clarity asks you to pause. You are entering a time when truth will no longer hide behind appearances for long. One by one, certain things will become obvious. Who truly means what they say? What belongs in your next chapter? Which door only looked attractive because you were tired of waiting? Which opportunity carries peace when everything else becomes quiet? And when that peace arrives, it will not struggle to convince you. Street.